Hives, those are gone. Yeah, but he said he's been having trouble with them.
If you have a room, you can put it in a freezer.
Yeah.
Freeze it solid.
Freeze it. That gets rid of all just about everything from what I hear.
Yeah, freezing is good. I have lots of freezing.
Then they said south of the Turnpike, they said American Foul Brood somebody had.
All right, so this is what you're looking. This is what you want. You need to know what normal looks like, okay? And just enough to calm them down a little bit. You don't want to go crazy smoking. You just want to get calm them down. Look at your inner cover. Make sure that your queen isn't on there when you get started. Okay?
You like the screened inner covers?
Yes, I don't want to tell you I invented them, but I invented them. I started with these about 10 years ago, and now I see that people sell them. They're great for ventilation. All right. I don't know what Joe's showing you. The more people you can work with, the better off you're going to be.
Yep.
I always start on, whether you're facing it this way or that way, it's either the number 2 or the number 8 frame. And always open it up first.
Okay.
And what I can see on it is new comb. Alright. That's chock full of brood. You will look at frames you're going to see in videos and books. I'm going to show you corner to corner to corner brood, nothing missing. I'm going to say it's a perfect frame, and I'd argue it's not a perfect frame. When you see stuff like this with a couple things missing, that's a perfect frame. Get a little bit of honey up there, get a little bit of pollen up there, because these bees are hygienic. They realized there was a problem with something in there. They took it out and got rid of it.
Yeah, clean it out.
And there's something in there now. There's honey. There's either honey or bees in there. All right, so there's not a queen on this one. We're going to set this down. Now, I'm not happy unless you're happy. If there's anything in this box you don't like, you need to speak up, because I'm just putting this in to get out of the way.
Okay.
We're going to go through the box, and we can easily dump that back in. Then we're going to take out our honey frame. And I always start with that frame, because if you pull this frame out, it's usually full of honey, the end ones. If you've got a queen on there, it's a good way to crush her or roll her up.
Okay.
So I always start with the second one. You notice I wiggle the whole thing nice and gently as I brought it up. But this is a pretty good food frame. We'll hold it and ripen her, tapping it up there. Alright, so we're going to call this a food frame. We're going to put this. You may see anything with the frames that I'm pulling out here. Usually you can tell my frames because they've got, like this frame, I can guarantee you I bought this from somebody that was going out, because I don't do that. There's one big statement on there. I don't like that. Plastic usually is somebody else's. I bought up a bunch of stuff from a guy in the South one time. He had a bunch of bees he lost, and he knew he was going to lose the equipment to wax monster. It was a good price. I got it. Sometimes in the spring, getting drawn comb is tough to do. Bees are being pretty nice considering they're being rained on. Okay, what I'm looking for in here is I'm looking to see if she's filling up the open cells, and I can see eggs down there. Can you see the eggs in the middle of that?
Yes.
Okay. If you can see eggs, you're good, because a lot of beekeepers severely need glasses in their system. If you can't see eggs, you're going to be handicapped as a beekeeper.
I went to the hive inspection with Joe, and that really helped.
All right, now this is a queen cup.
Yeah. There's another couple more there.
As long as there's nothing in them. No, those are for drones. That's a drone in there.
Well, not that. What about that there?
That's a drone.
Drone.
Yeah. They're usually facing down. Those are drones.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they're.
Okay. Queen cups are normal. They're not a queen cell until they have something in them. And you don't want to just necessarily destroy them, even cells, because until you go through the box and find a queen, and we're finding eggs. I know we've had a queen in here within 3 days. But anything's possible. You don't ever destroy stuff until you absolutely know that you don't need it. Yeah, it's a queen cup on the bottom. There's nothing in it. I just look in them, see if there's an egg in them, if there's any royal jelly in them. All right, so any one of these frames would be good to put in. We're looking for the queen right now.
Okay.
If you've got a food frame, you've got a really good food frame. You always put stuff in the same order you took it out of. That's why the brood started on that side, and we're going to work it that way. You don't even want to twist it around this way. You want to get it the right way. That's a really nice looking frame. See, there's the drones on the top. And what's hatched out, I can always see royal jelly in there. So I've already hatched. So let's open up a couple of these. This is how you check for mites. Well, that one's too early. You want to get them in a purple eyed stage because they're real stiff and you can pull them out. And you get a drone in the purple eyed stage, and these cells look a little older. You might be able to pop one out of here. If there are mites, that's where you'll see them. That purple eyes, that's what we want. Okay, because now I can pick this pupa up. I get the girls out of the way. Come on, come on. It's so tough with gloves. I just can't. Well, he's got nice purple eyes too. They pop out when they got purple eyes, real easy without breaking. Now, he's already starting to change over. All right, if there were mites, that's where they would be. Yeah. They would be on the drones. They prefer to be on the drones because they get an extra cycle out of them.
Yeah, I don't really see any on there.
No, you're not going to.
Yeah. So, how long have you been doing this?
I'm going to see, I started in 1998.
So you've probably seen a lot of changes going on with Varroa disease.
Well, you know what? It's not the Varroa. That was a major setback, and I was starting when that had already happened. But probably the biggest discouragement right now is the neonics that we've got going on. We're gonna bust this one up because they see how they polished the bottom of it.
Yeah.
They're ready to put an egg in it, so we'll close that up. You got larvae there; they're about 6 days old. Okay. It's really important that you understand the age of larvae. When you get to that point, you're a pretty good established beekeeper. They'll be capping those tonight or tomorrow.
And they took care of that drone you pulled out of there.
Oh yeah, they'll eat it up. They don't waste
it's gone. Yeah.
Yep. That's protein. There she is,
yep.
in the middle of the frame. All right, now if we can see eggs on this frame, we'll just transfer this frame with her. I can see eggs on this side, and I can see 4-day-old larvae on this side. Can you see them?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're like that half moon, crescent moon shape.
You see her there?
Yes.
All right, putting her in right here.
Now, I got the entrance reducers in, and that just leave them go for a couple weeks before you go looking around in there, or just kind of.
I'd let them go a couple days. Then you can play with them. All right. You want them at every stage. You don't want them all. We're going to just put this right next to it.
Now
take
with
that burr comb off, and then we're going to put one that's really filled up in there.
Nukes are better than. Now, why does everybody get package bees? Why do they prefer? Lately, everybody's like, "Oh, you got to get packages."
Well, again, if you talk to 10 beekeepers, you're going to get 15 opinions.
You're like, well, at least you're getting them local, but why would you get a?
All right. Well, here's the thing on package. They can get them early.
Okay.
All right. The problem I have with packages is the lid out. We're not ready for it. That's what you get. All right. After I shake these bees, you're going to put that lid on. You ready?
Uh-huh.
All right. Cover this up because I'm going to put a queen in here. Well, let's just do this now. And you'll know how to do that too. What I'm not going to be able to do is mark this though because it's raining and my tent's not going to work in the rain. I need to bring some queens to this yard because I'm down to just a few here.
Now, where do you get your queens from? You raise them?
I raised my own later. These came from Dave Mixka.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to put a little piece of tape on. When you're done with that, I'm gonna have you tear a little piece of that off. I've got some down in my trunk, enough that I can wrap around the end here. That's the best way. I've taken a truckload of nukes down the road and have them sitting on the tailgate and have them taped and have them roll off and stay together. Yeah, a little smaller than that, but I can tear it apart. I go through about 5 rolls of that stuff, usually just in the month of April.
Why don't you put it down so that it doesn't fall?
Yep. Well, see, I don't let them release the queen. We do things on my terms, not on theirs, because they had an active queen in there, and they're going to be hostile towards the queen. They're going to do their damnedest to kill her. All right. So what I'm going to do because I'm gonna not give them the opportunity. I'm gonna come by in 4 days, and I'm gonna pull it out, and I'm gonna set it down like that. And if they're all in there trying to feed her, and they're not trying to kill her, then I'll open up the hatch and let her loose. But if they're trying to kill her,
Hey, Kim.
then they're not ready yet. And I'll check this box before we started. So there wasn't some virgin queen in there. And we go from there. Alright, so I'm going to turn this around, which will clue me in with my yellow mark that I've got something going on in here so I can come back to this.
Ooh, one must have got inside my veil because it just stung me on the neck.
I see it. You're right.
Alright, so what you do is,
Yeah.
well, she's already stung you, but let's
Yep.
kill her anyway.
Okay.
Usually if you look up,
Uh-huh. Yeah, he's back behind my neck now. I gotta walk towards the truck.
she's got the stinger out of there, but
She must have got
I
in
just
there.
want to kill her. Yeah, they're alright, but
Yeah, I got a better veil at home. What now? Should I take this one to the truck, Kim?
yep.
Good.
Alright, so I didn't ask you. I guess you're okay with that.
What?
That nuke.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Grab my smoker. What I can do to remind myself which ones. Well, let's put some empty cage. I'm sure if I look around, I got some clean cage. This guy. It's that time of the year when I can't even keep the grass cut, let alone keep a bee-yard string trim.
Right.
Nice to find another cage. Well, I got time to do that. We're going to look at this one. The fact that they've still got a pollen patty in here makes me wonder. If you had small hive beetles, this thing would be loaded with larvae. They would be filled with small hive beetle larvae. They it's like a magnet. They can't resist it.
Uh-huh.
I try to give them a little help. I'm not 100% sure that they necessarily eat it. I think sometimes really hygienic bees will take it out here and go away with it. 'Cause once you have pollen, good pollen, they're not going to mess with that.
Yeah.
They're really not. They would rather have the good stuff. Now in the dark, that's a little different. I tend not to give bees pollen patties in the late winter or midwinter, like some people do to build them up. Because what happens if you get a winter that extends, like this one we had, or it gets really cold, they have a choice of staying there and covering the brood and keeping the brood warm, or going to get food and save themselves, and they'll die right there with the brood. And so and what ends up happening is they run out of food
Yeah.
because they just don't, they can't go out and get it. So I just rather let them do what they do on their own. I don't try to jumpstart them. It just doesn't make sense. I'm going to look at this. I like the other box a lot better. No, I think we'll go to another box. I'm not real impressed with these girls. I mean, they're fine, but to knock them down, I just don't think that it's a good idea. What I do like about this box, if you really look at them, a lot of people, they look at bees and they just see bees. Right? But when you look at these bees, this is a well-bred queen. They look different. Okay, they don't all look the same. You've got darker ones. You've got some
Oh,
with
yeah.
more bands than others. You've got lighter ones. You've got, they're all a little bit different, and that means that you've got a well-bred queen. She wasn't bred with 1 or 2 drones. That's usually when you get disease problems too, because they don't have resistance to certain stuff. They just
Right.
are constantly fighting the same battles all the time, even if it's something silly like chalk brood, which goes away on its own. Yeah, I just don't think these girls should be split. So we're not gonna get this back. Yeah, people that got package bees this year, I think package bees, even for experienced beekeepers, can be problematic.
Yeah.
But for new beekeepers that don't know what they're getting into, I mean, think about
Yeah.
this. They don't have drawn comb.
Right.
They don't have frames with honey on them. So they get this package that comes in, and we get a spring like we had. It just doesn't exist. The bees, they can't even break cluster to go feed. I mean,
Right.
they are in serious, serious trouble. I mean, if someone's getting packages, somebody at that time, they should at least be able to offer them a food frame and say, here's something to keep them alive, because they have to build comb.
Right.
It's just a disaster waiting to happen. All right. So we'll pass on this one. Now I know that these are, we don't want to get into these. These are new queens. These are virgin queens that have just started laying. Take a peek at this one.
Okay.
The rain's kind of shut them all down. So there ain't anybody coming and going out of this.
Yeah, the rain kind of.
They're using the top entrance. They don't. These girls don't like rain. See, that's good. They're smart. They're being pretty well behaved considering as wet as it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not real warm either.
No, they don't. They don't like this kind of stuff. The only worse than this would be if it was getting dark on us. We'd be downright miserable. Ah, that nice roar. I sense by the roar there's a lot of burr coming there. It usually is upset they're breaking a burr coming. They're not happy. Yeah, see,
Oh yeah.
they're not happy. And normally I would just beat this down into there, but we don't know where our queen is. So I'm going to re-invert this. Just leave it.
Well, 'cause she could be up in there.
She
Huh?
could very well be up in there. Okay, so. Let's temporarily set this here.
I've driven past here many times.
You've never noticed a bee out here,
No.
did you? Like it that way. I've got one over in the next township. I could have died. I was taking bees from here over there. I'd made some splits. And this guy was working on a piece of equipment, a big excavator. And he walked over and he said, "You know anybody that's selling any nukes?" I just dropped off 5 nuke boxes. And I said, I do, but not till June. There's the queen there. There's some of them drawing frames on it. What I don't like about him is he puts one big
Staple.
staple in him, and I just don't like that. I put staples, when I staple mine, see I have, here, I'll show you.
Yeah, you put two in the top, one through the.
Right, and one through the side.
Yeah.
And I've used the longest ones I can find. And they do that to save time, and you end up breaking.
Because they get heavy after a
It's
while.
a real pain. Yeah, about 11 pounds. But it's when you're prying them out and they're all gooed up with propolis.
So a new hive, they'll go through and seal up any holes, make it whatever they want to do, huh?
They're all different, but usually, yeah, they're gonna take care of business, fix it up. Even the inner covers. You notice that one?
Yeah.
They had almost totally sealed it off to the way they liked it. And that's all propolis. And I sell that stuff for like $50
Oh, I
a
bet.
pound. So I don't have a problem with popping it off later.
Now, should we leave the bird comb on it when we put them in the box, in the brood boxes?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. This is a nice looking frame. It's got everything going on in it. It's got cap brood, new cap brood, old cap brood.
Oh, so the new cap is lighter color,
Lighter.
darker.
They've got stuff that's just going to start to cap now, and if she's doing it right, it's like the Yellow Brick Road and Wizard of Oz. The further you get away from it, the stuff should get younger and younger and younger, and eventually should turn into eggs, and that's what it does down here. It starts in a pattern and works its way out. Same thing on this side.
I don't think I've ever seen plastic frames much.
I've never broken one. The only problem I have with them is they've got lots of grooves in place for small hive beetles that go in. They draw them just as nice. You know, usually there's something where I've won them somewhere. And, you know, frames are frames.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Now, did you lose a lot of hives last winter?
most of the hives I lost were lost in October. Those were the ones that had out on pollination due to neonics.
Okay.
Once I get past October, I'm pretty good.
Because they said that people have been having no explanation, just dead outs. 2 weeks they're fine, and 2 weeks later they go back and it's all dead.
You know, I can explain it to you.
Yeah.
I've been preaching it for 12 years. It's been documented.
They said 2 inches of dead bees in the bottom. Just all of a sudden they just.
Oh no, I haven't seen that. That's the pesticide kill.
Yeah. Because they said the 2 weeks they're doing great, doing strong, then all of a sudden, done.
That's not what I see. I'll tell you what I see. I see bees so strong in September that there's 3-pound beards hanging on the boxes.
Uh huh.
Okay, and by the second week in October, they're totally dead.
Really?
Yeah, and I can explain exactly what's going on here. Just let me. I need to count brood on this. Make sure this is right. That's neonic poisoning. That's your federal government.
Neocords, neem oil, stuff like that?
No.
Oh no, that's the heirloom seed kind of stuff, huh?
Clean in here and mark this with the map.
Yeah, Bill, what's it, Bernie, he's a teacher over in North Allegheny, gave me your number. Bill, Bernie, I can't, he got bees from you a year ago. He said, call him up and order bees from him. So,
Let me grab a queen. Yeah,
this all done?
I want to tell you about these neonics because you can't tell enough people. I want to see every beekeeper in North America file a class action lawsuit against that federal government.
you see in Europe, they're banning them?
They banned it, and the bees quit dying. Duh, imagine that. Yeah, I definitely better get some queens over here. I'm down to like half a dozen. Yeah, they don't like that. They don't like that. They don't like the ring. They don't like being slaves to feed and taking care of queens either. So these bees have been in there long enough. I probably ought to really replace them and put some
Younger.
more nurse bees in there. That'll make me happy. Let me grab people's
Oh, do you have the tape, honey? Okay.